So the Western Cape Police Ombudsman has now launched an investigation into allegations that the SAPS has failed to clamp down on drug dens. Newzroom Afrika's Athi Mtongana takes us into one of Cape Town's most dangerous communities, where in fact many lives have been lost in deadly gang-related shootings. Now please be advised that the details in the story may be distressing.
An all too familiar scene inside one of the many communities around Cape Town, said to be the home of gang activity. Year after year, crime statistics from the police indicate that Cape Town is where some of the country's deadliest shootings take place. A young boy living in Hanover Park agreed to speak to us anonymously as he talks about some of the crime activities that take place in his community.
Shooting and stabbing and throwing off stones and that, and robbing and all of that here in this place. And people going dead, innocent people and lots of people.
Many of them are forcefully recruited to join gangs operating within their communities.
So, yeah, they bribe you and try to comfort you and try to act innocent with you, like that.
They give them money?
Yes, they give money. They try to bribe you with techies and all of that. That is how you.
Do they also give drugs?
Yeah, after a while, when you have to go do something and they give the drugs.
What kind of things do they ask them to do?
Shoot gun and kill people and all of that.
However, some do try to escape.
I would treat them and then I try to take me out of this area for a few days or a few months.
You run away, you have to run away.
Yes. Like to stay with some family in another place and all, move away here.
And then come back again?
Yes, after a while.
Parents remain worried about their children's future.
We want a soccer field here that our youngsters can play, and if our children go to school, there's always a fight. They're not safe to school, and what's going to happen with our the youngsters if they go to school? There's no future, nothing for them. Me as a parent, I will never allow my kids to join the drug lords and stuff, because here is a lot of things that are going on here around us.
Older men, some who are reformed gang members, tell us that police are complacent.
The police overlook it. You see, you come do this now, maybe the one get the stuff, you put it in his pocket, and so the others, they search. When the police is gone, that same police, you get the drugs and stuff and guns, they give it back to the owners and they tell you point the house out. So your life, this neighbor's life is also in danger.
As a result, residents become afraid to speak out or report incidents of organized crime as they continue to witness the police fail to take control of the dire situation.
About a week ago, the shootings were so bad here, and the gangsters was coming from all over and attacked people's cars. They burned someone's car out right in the street, and the police was standing and look at it. You know, even some of the people in the crowd asked the police, why don't you just shot some warning shots in the air to help the people? They said no, they got instructions from the top. They mustn't involve and they mustn't shoot. I don't say today they must shoot the people, but at least warning shot or whatever, help the people.
Neighborhood watch groups like these have taken it upon themselves to try and keep their neighborhoods a little safer, even though it means running the risk of going into the deadly streets as women alone.
The gangsters have more respect for women. than men. So women is standing up in our community. We can go speak to them in a simple way to stop the crime and whatever. But I don't know, it's a hell of a war that's going on here.
With over 1,000 known drug houses in the province and over 50% situated in the metro, gang violence continues to thrive unabated. The Western Cape Police Ombudsman has been tasked with investigating the alleged failure of the police to deal with these known and soon to be discovered drug dens operating in the province.
So 1,577 known drug houses is more than schools we have in the province. So this investigation will look at what is the inefficiencies within SAPS in terms of the manufacturing and the selling of drugs, but also what do we need to do in order to terminate the business model around drug abuse and drug houses operating in our communities, which is tearing down the social fabric of our communities, but also tormenting society and then fueling gang violence because it is linked to organized crime.
The office of the Provincial Police Commissioner Thembisile Phathekile has been notified about the probe and says it will cooperate with the investigation. It says in order to deal with the scourge of drugs and its manifestation, it requires a whole of society approach. Perhaps the mothers in the streets of these neighborhoods would agree. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Athi Mtongana in Cape Town.